Hi guys, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my year of empties. I believe this is the third time I have kept all my empties for you for the entirety of the year to go through with you everything that I emptied in 2021. With that said, I'm not going to pull all those out of that box, so if you're terrified that that's what's happening today, that's definitely not what's happening today. I have already taken all the pictures that I need, put it into categories so that you guys can see all the pictures, wrote everything down, tallied up the total cost of all these products, and I'm here to talk to you about these total products in my beauty empties for the entirety of 2021. I do think that there are some items that are missing out of this, but I don't think that it's much. I do a really good job of taking my empties out and putting them into bins so that I can keep them all year long away from me so that I'm not looking at garbage all year long. But man, I love these videos and I hope that you do too. And if you do, I'm really excited to walk you through everything that I emptied in 2021. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I am a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work as a district leader for Ulta Beauty, and I love to bring you all the education that I'm receiving in my position as it pertains to all the stuff that I am putting on my face. I also just kind of love to chit chat about makeup. You people are my people to do that with because, you know, my husband, he just doesn't like to listen to me drone on and on and on about makeup. So I pick you, Pikachu. That is what we're here for today. I do hope that you enjoy the channel. I hope that you find that it gives you as much solace to your soul as it does to mine. And I do hope that you want to stick around, that you'll hit that subscribe button before you go, and that we can be friends down in the comment section, because I do love me some banter down in the comment section. So please subscribe before you go. Please hit that like button if you like this kind of video, and let's roll into this year of empties. I have a lot to go over with you. All right, my friends. So for those of you who are new to this whole year of empties stuff here on my channel, I hold on to I do empties every single month, but I hold on to all the empties that I have, or at least a portion of them, maybe put some tally marks on those things that I use quite often so that I can show you my whole year of empties every single year so that you see true tea, what a regular person who does makeup, because really I'm a regular person. I am not an influencer. I'm not a YouTuber. I mean, I am, but at the end of the day, I'm just a makeup enthusiast, to be honest. It gives me a little bit of solace to know that I am spending a lot of money on makeup, but I am also using a lot of money's worth of makeup, if that makes any sense. And I like to kind of bring you what a true tale of what a beauty enthusiast uses every single year. I have pictures for you guys. I'm not going to go through that entire box and dig out everything. I do have pictures for you guys of everything like categorized, and that is exactly how it's categorized in my little notebook as well, so that I can, you know, walk you through what I've used. So the first picture we have here are sheet masks. I did go on a mission to try and use more sheet masks last year. I put them into a series that I had going on my channel for a good majority of last year called Simply Samples. I used 14 sheet masks. So of those 14 sheet masks, those two that are labeled Skin Goals, I don't think you can even get them anymore. Those are from Bath and Body Works. The Patchology one, fantastic sheet masks. I will forever repurchase those. The three that are labeled Pink Milk, I loved those masks. I got those in Ipsy. Those were great sheet masks. I love them for the hydration on my face. They felt really good and my skin looked phenomenal after I used them. The really weird one here was that Gentle Steam Eye Mask. That was so weird. I'll link the Simply Samples that I was talking about, the sheet mask, up in the cards for you guys. That was the weirdest sheet mask. And it wasn't really, it was an eye mask, of course, but it had like loops on it. And you put it over your ears and it sat over your eyes and it felt like a maxi pad. I mean, I would buy it again though. It was really relaxing, to be honest. The only thing I didn't like about that one is it looked like it smelled like lavender. They all ranged in price from like $2.50 up to, like, one of them was a $10 sheet mask. So I did $3 straight across the board, and I went 14 sheet masks, cost me $42. The next one is this Cinema Secrets. And I don't know if you guys can see, I'm hoping that you can see on the bottle it says +1. So what that means is I used that one there, but I also used another one in addition to that I just put a plus on to, because I just don't have enough room to hold on to some of these big bottles. But each one of those is $45. I use this as my everyday brush cleaner. I will forever repurchase this. I get it at Sephora. It's $45 for like 39 ounces. It lasts me about 6 months. So $90 for those two items. The next picture should be my miscellaneous items, and there's just like 4 miscellaneous items here. I have a Beauty Blender Solid. This is a wonderful like soap that I use to clean my sponges. I find that it's the best cleaner for sponges. I don't like it on my brushes. I have a velour lash glue. The greatest thing about this lash glue is that I didn't realize it had latex in it until after I'd used it, and I am allergic to latex. I think I used it probably 18 times before I realized that it was this glue that was causing irritation in my... How stupid. How dumb am I? Anyways, the L'Oreal Sublime Bronze. It was just a little mini. And then I also have the Lime Crime Dewdrops and Amethyst. I really liked those. I used them quite a bit actually. And those 4 miscellaneous items came in at $50. The next thing I have on here is shampoo items that I use in my hair. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the shampoos that are on here, first and foremost, regular shampoo. I have the Redken ABC treatment. This is their acid bonding concentrate complex. It's supposed to be like their version of like an Olaplex bonding system for your hair. It's really good. It makes my hair feel really soft. I really do like it. The one thing that I didn't like about it is that I felt like it stripped my hair just a little bit. Not a lot, and something I could definitely handle, but it wasn't something that I used every single day in my hair. But the other 3 containers, and you'll see 2 of them say plus light pink or plus whatever on them. Those are what I use in my hair on a regular basis to cleanse my hair, because I have vivids in my hair. If I use regular shampoos, a lot of times it will strip some of the colors out of my hair. Even if it says it's a non-stripping formula, it strips color out of my hair. And I like my color to last as long as I possibly can get it to last. Typically don't go in to get my hair redone for 10 to 12 weeks, honestly. So, because I just don't have time for it. So I do like to hold my color in my hair as long as possible. So as it gets to this point here, I start putting these Care Color conditioners on it. And there's all different colors here because my hair is all different colors throughout the year. The purple one is clear, and I really like clear to mix in with other colors, or to use when my hair has 5 different colors in it, because you pick just one conditioner color and that's the color that your hair becomes. So, but I can't find it hardly anywhere. So those 6 shampoo items were $140. The Redken is $30, and each one of those conditioners is $22 a piece. The next thing I have here is facial wipes. So I went on a journey throughout 2021 and really tried to stop using facial wipes and facial cottons. So this is actually quite a bit less than what I have used in years past. I do have 6 packs of facial wipes, and I also have 8 single-use facial wipes. The 8 single-use I listed as $2 a piece, but the 6 packs of wipes, I think last year I went through 19, and that was my like moment of clarity on I don't need to waste my money on this stuff. So the Bliss pack, the one with the pink polka dots on it, that is a $7 pack of facial wipes for like 25 wipes. I think that is astronomical, honestly. Facial wipes typically have so much alcohol in them that for my super dry skin, it's just not, it doesn't behoove my skin to use them. So I just quit using them altogether. Environmental impact, dry skin impact, those things really were what the catalyst of this decision in my life was. So for 6 packs of facial wipes, I just kind of went $5 across the board, because some of them were $3 packs, some of them were $7 packs. There was a couple in there that were $6.50 versus $7. I just went $5 across the board. We're going to say $30 on the packs, and at $2 a piece for the 8 singles, I have $16. The next one is my hand soaps. This is Bath and Body Works. It's the foaming hand soap, and these are $7.50 a piece. There is one of them that has a bunch of tally marks on it. Total, I used 11 hand soaps, which isn't bad. I put these hand soaps in 2 different spots in my house, one at my kitchen sink and one in my main bathroom. And to only have gone through 11 in 12 months, that's actually conservative. I was actually quite shocked by that. I would buy these hand soaps over and over and over again, and 11 of them was $82.50 for the year. The next thing I have are sample packs. So sample packs, much like the single use wipes, I calculate at $2 a piece. I did have 17 sample packs in here, so 17 sample packs at $2 a piece is $34. In these sample packs, I had things like skincare, I had things like makeup, I did have some body care products in here. I don't think that there's any one thing in these sample packs that I would continue to purchase. I did love the Burberry product. But there was a lot in here that I'm really glad that came to me in a sample pack, because I don't think I would have purchased them otherwise. These all came out of that Simply Sample series that I had going on my channel last year. So the next picture is going to be a picture of a couple of candles. These candles, one came from Bath and Body Works and one came from Ulta Beauty. The big one is a Homeworks candle. That candle I would never repurchase ever. I think it burnt well, so it's not like the Homeworks candles specifically, but it's that one specifically. It smelled so good when you first lit it, but after a few hours of it being lit, it was so sickeningly sweet and almost smelled like sour to some extent. So I liked the candle. I would repurchase a Homeworks candle. It would just have to be a completely different scent. Bath and Body Works candles are amazing. This one in particular, Mary Madeline cookie, smelled just like cookies. I would repurchase that one. Those 2 candles came in at $46.50. I had 3 pairs of lashes. I'm not a lash girl. I do have a bunch of lashes over there, but I'm not a lash girl, so I don't even know where these lashes went to be honest. So there's that. $31 for these lashes. The next picture is some of the fragrance plugins. I only had 5. This is where I think I maybe have thrown away some because they aren't something that I have put in my year of empties in the past. But these little fragrance plugins were $37.50 that added into my beauty budget that I spent last year. And then the next thing is facial cottons. So again, on a journey of not using facial cottons, this was the one bag of facial cottons that I used up last year. This is the Shiseido facial cottons, and they come in at $12. I do have a bag here that was purchased as a backup bag when I purchased these bags, and so still just trying to go through all of what is left. I haven't purchased any in probably a year. Yeah, $12 for those facial cottons. The next thing is body care. So there are 7 different body care items on this picture, and 3 of them are Tree Hut scrubs. These are phenomenal body scrubs. The other body products on here, I don't think, except for the EOS shave cream, I don't think I purchased the other 3 items. I think those came to me in Gratis or in a subscription box of some sort. I think the Capri and the Sugar Scrub both came from FabFitFun, to be honest. Anyways, these body care items equated to $92.50. Those Tree Hut scrubs, though, I think they're $10 a piece at Ulta Beauty, and you can get them often on a buy one, get one, and they are my favorite, hands down. The next picture is of facial cleansers. So skincare always is going to be a huge portion of the dollars that are spent in your collection, but they're also going to be a huge portion of the dollars that are used in your collection if you have a regular skincare routine. So in this, you'll see there's a few Dr. Brandt items. Dr. Brandt was one of my favorite skincare lines, to be honest, but these 3 here, so the pore dermabrasion, the vacuum cleaner, and that white bottle that's like a yogurt cleanser, not my favorite products from this brand. None of those were amazing. The vacuum cleaner, oh my god, it smelled so bad. So bad, and I just don't have acneic skin, so I gave it to my daughter to use and she couldn't get past the smell either, but it's used up. The yogurt cleanser I hated so much on my face that I started using it on my body to get some use out of it, to continue to, you know, use the product up. I just felt like it left kind of a filminess on my face that I didn't love. And the pore dermabrasion, I really like the microdermabrasion in the black container more than I like this one. Grown Alchemist, really great product. Really loved that exfoliator on my face. I felt like it was good. The Mary Kay one, I don't remember enough about that product to give you any kind of indication on whether it was good or not, which tells me it probably wasn't, because if I can't remember how much I loved or hated it, it was inconsequential to my life, to be honest. The Dermalogica Special Cleansing Gel, amazing cleanser. Love that cleanser, one of my favorites. Cetaphil, also one of my favorites, and very different price points for both of those. I think that Dermalogica, that little tiny special cleansing gel of Dermalogica, cost more than that Cetaphil, that giant thing of Cetaphil did. The tower of tubs in there, 2 of them are the Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. Love that. It's my first cleanse every single day. I go through them every single year. There's at least 2 in my empties on the year. The one on top of that is an Elf Balm cleanser that I really didn't get along with very well, but it was nice to have in my go bag for overnights. And the one on top of that is a Boscia Matcha Magic. I didn't love that. I thought it was really gross. I didn't like the consistency of it. I didn't like using it. I felt like it dried out my already dry skin. The next one that I didn't get into the picture with all the other ones, but you'll see a picture of, is a Pacifica Seafoam one. It wasn't horrible, but it also wasn't awesome. It was one of those kind of cleansers that made my skin squeak after I used it. And while I think that that is good, I also don't like it for me specifically because of how dry my skin is. I always feel like I have to follow it up immediately with like an oil and then a moisturizer on top of that. Like, it's just not enough to put a moisturizer on top of this cleanser. I felt like it was too harsh for me, for my skin, so I would never repurchase it in the full size. But these 14 facial cleansers came to $367 as part of the spend on my year. The next one I have is tools. Beauty tools are a part of my beauty routine, so I feel like it's a no-brainer to add these. The 3 brushes, one of them is a Luxie brush, one of them is a Morphe brush, and the little tiny, like, just the top of the brush is a Profusion brush. So the Profusion brush, I gave a price tag of $5 because I couldn't really find a Profusion brush single to get a price point from it. That Morphe brush, the one with the white handle, my favorite Morphe brush, hands down. It's from the Jaclyn Hill collection, and I believe it is a large tapered blender. It was such a wonderful blending brush for my eyes. So soft. It's one of the softest Morphe brushes I have ever come across. And usually Morphe does not have, Morphe has brushes I like, don't get me wrong, but Morphe has brushes that I like that I know I need to replace like every 6 months or so because they get kind of scratchy. This one didn't get scratchy, and I owned it for quite some time, but the bristles all came out in one clump out of the ferrule, so I can't own it anymore. The Luxie brush, the one with the pink handle, that was a spoolie. The spoolie came straight out. I did try and glue it back in, but it just wasn't having it. So the other ones are beauty sponges, 4 of them being Real Techniques beauty sponges and the other one being an offhand one. And then the last picture in this category that you will see that I forgot to add into the other picture was a lip brush, also by Luxie. It was my favorite lip brush ever. Luxie is a really good brush company, and their brushes really aren't that bad to purchase, to be honest. I have the total beauty tools cost of $72. Okay, rolling right into the next category, we have moisturizers. So in terms of moisturizers, I did have 19 moisturizers in this category of empties. There are several of them that are just little samples. But for many of those little samples, I was able to come up with a price point on them. And I have to be honest with you, I am shocked at how much a little tiny squeezy tube of skincare costs. Do you know how much a little tiny squeezy tube of skin? Let's just talk about this Dermalogica one. This, there's two Dermalogica ones. There's a Dynamic Skin Recovery and a Skin Smoothing Cream. Do you know that the amount of product that you're getting in those two little squeezy tubes equates to, one of them was a $10 sample and the other one was a $12 sample? Like, what? Why are these little tiny squeezy tubes worth so much money? So I straight across the board, because some of them were absolutely astronomical priced, I straight up across the board listed my skincare squeezy tube samples as a $5 spend, so that I didn't like kind of get crazy about it. And the tubs, because they had a lot more product in them than the squeezy tubes, I listed as a $7 spend. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squeezy tube samples, and then there were 3, 4 tubs that I just kind of listed in that manner. But beyond that, there were also some really great skincare options here. So I have the Kate Somerville Goat Milk on here. I have the Perricone MD Essential Effects Glutathione. I don't know how to say that. One of my favorite moisturizers. Another one was the Sunday Riley CEO. Again, one of my favorite moisturizers. You guys saw this in my empties last year as well. So much large ticket items in here, and then one e.l.f. night cream. So there's that. I had 19 moisturizers, and of these 19 moisturizers, several of them were samples, and I still have a $384.50 spend on moisturizers. The next picture is 3 single eyeshadow 10s. One of them is a Sydney Grace. One of them is like just an off-brand. I'm not sure where it even came from, to be honest. And the other one is a Mellow Cosmetics. So those 3 single eyeshadows were $22. And then I have eye primers. So I have 6 eye primers here. One of them is the Kat Von D Color Correcting Eye Primer Stick. 2 of them are ABH samples. The other ones, I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Not my favorite, if I'm honest. I know that it's got a cult following here on the YouTubes, but this one, it irritates my eyes. It's not my favorite one. I don't like go after it like a lot of people do, but it's also pricey, so it doesn't hurt my heart that it's not one of my favorites. The Milani one is one that was in my Shop My Stash. It's not one that I love. Again, it irritates my eyes. It's sticky, and seriously, the littlest, teeniest, tiniest dab will do you of that primer, because if you get too much of that primer, like it does the absolute opposite of what an eye primer should be doing for your eyeshadow. The Profusion one, the No Budge, really great primer, honestly. And that one's like a $7 primer. Really great primer. I actually really liked that primer. Eye primer is subjective on how much you're going to go through year over year. So I can't say I need 6 eye primers in my collection to last me a year, because the year before I only used 1 eye primer. So it just very much depends on what you have open in your collection, what you're using, right? This is all like, what do we have in rotation? What's getting the most use? I used $66 worth. I know that I don't need 6 eye primers in my collection to make it through a year, but I did go through 6 eye primers last year. The ABH one was phenomenal. Honestly, I would repurchase a full size of that one. I loved that eye primer. Very white. Made everything like a clean canvas for your, eyeshadows. So I really loved that eye primer. The next thing I have here is lip liners, and I have 3 lip liners. One of them is in a separate picture because I didn't get it into this picture. But this has a Bite Beauty one that was actually a gift with purchase from Sephora. I think it was a birthday gift, I believe. The other one is a NYX one, and then the one in the single picture is a Clinique Intense Lips lip liner. I would say I loved the Clinique one, but I wouldn't repurchase it. I went through that lip liner so quickly. It's very creamy. It goes on very nicely, and it sticks around really, really well. But I just went through it too fast. I think it was in a Shop My Stash rotation for 1 rotation. So 2 months worth of time before I was done with it, and I didn't break it or anything, so I just can't understand why it wasn't the only lip liner that I had that I was using, so I can't understand why I went through it so quickly. I don't overuse my lip liners. I don't think, I mean, I do put lip liner all over my lips and then a gloss over the top of that, but I've done that for years and I've never went through a lip liner as quickly as I did that one. That Bite Beauty one was just like, it was a good size sample, but it was just a gift with purchase. I couldn't find Bite Beauty lip liners on any website, honestly. So I didn't really have a price point for that. So I just kind of went with $5, I think, on that. For those lip liners, I have $29 as the total cost. And then I have specialty skincare in the next picture. So when I say specialty skincare, I mean like eye creams, I mean like a toners, I mean like maybe neck creams, those kind of things that I wouldn't categorize into like overall skincare, but things that I wouldn't categorize into any other, you know, place in my categories. So 12 specialized skincare items. Of those, some of them are, you know, little minis or travel size items. I was able to come up with price points on each one of those. I don't think there's anything that is in this picture that I couldn't put a price point on. So I don't think any of it, except for that little clear bottle that is sitting on top of the Elizabeth Arden eye cream. I did give that a $3 price point, but everything else in here I was able to come up with a price point for. And that's just taking the product, taking the amount of product in the sample, taking the total dollars that the full-size product costs, and then dividing it into each other to come up with a price per ounce, and then giving that item that price per ounce. This had a ton of items that I think that I would repurchase, but it also had a ton of items that I don't think I would ever repurchase. So the Sunday Riley A+ I really thought was a really nice gentle retinoid, but it is not a product that I would ever purchase for myself because of the sheer smell of it. I loved the way my skin looked while I was using it, and I loved the impact that it had on my skin, but I could not get past the smell of it. It smelled like burnt tire, and I couldn't put that on my face and then go to sleep at night with it. The jar of neck cream that is white on bottom, yellow on top, that is by Strivectin. That is a neck cream, and that I will never purchase ever in my life, ever. That little tiny thing gave me a rash all over my neck and my face from just using it on my neck that looked much like diaper rash. I apparently had an allergic reaction to it, but I had an allergic reaction to it after, you know, day 1, day 2, day 3 of using it. I really didn't think anything of what was going on, because sometimes when you're using new skincare products, your skin purges. I didn't think anything of it until it was way out of hand. So I won't purchase that. The Perricone MD eye cream and the little tube next to it, amazing product. I would repurchase that. The Elizabeth Arden eye cream, I didn't like at all. It gave me milia, and the jar was really weird shaped, so it was kind of hard to get the product out, and it was a tub of eye cream that you had to stick your finger into, so not super sanitary either. The Spot Treatment by Dermalogica, amazing product. I also loved the Estee Lauder product. I also loved the Murad product. So, I mean, a lot of goodness in this collection in this picture here. That Clinique clarifying toner, I use that every single day, twice a day. I will always repurchase it. It is in my life always. I can't do without it. It just makes everything go on your face so much differently than when you aren't using it. And I know because I've tested it. So I really think it's an amazing product. I will repurchase it. Those 12 specialized skincare items, even with the sample pieces, equated to $365. So over $1,000 in just skincare. The next thing I have on here is facial sprays. This is a lot less than I've used in the past, and I was really quite shocked by the amount of facial sprays that I have because there's just 3 here. There's one Rose Water by Grace and Stella. There is an Urban Decay All Nighter, which is my holy grail, or was my holy grail setting spray. And then there's the Benefit Pore Spray, which is my new holy grail setting spray because it doesn't have alcohol in it and it does the same thing that the Urban Decay does. Those equated to $88. And then I also have 9 hair products in here. So hair products other than shampoos. These are dry shampoos. These are hairsprays. I have 9. You can see I think there's 1 can of hairspray in here. And then that AG is a spritzer hairspray, and then there's the, what is that, by Living Proof TBD multitasking styler. The rest of it is dry shampoo. I use dry shampoo all the time. I only wash my hair once every 10 days. So my hair products equated to $84. Primer is one of those things for me that I absolutely love. I love primers. I think that I can't do my makeup without putting a primer on my skin. I know that there are some people that think that primers are a waste of money and a hoax. I'm not one of those people. I love primers. I love a good primer, and I love trying new primers. With that said, there are 6 primers in this picture, and of those 6 primers, 3 of them are samples, or not samples, they're minis. So they have a price point to them, but they're a lesser price point. Like the Milk Makeup one was $15. I think both of those Becca ones were, I think I calculated them at $5. And then the 3 full-size ones. I think there is an additional primer in here, this Kismet one. So the Kismet one is a travel size version of one. That's a $22 sample. I was absolutely astounded by the price point, and the container, the apparatus that it was in, broke. I couldn't even use all of it because the apparatus broke. So $22 for that stupid little tiny sample. $119 is equated to primers. 11 mascaras. You guys, this is a far smaller amount of mascaras than I have ever had in my empties. You'll see a separate one with a BH Cosmetics one that was a $5 spend. I know that the 2 travel size versions of the Benefit ones are $15 a piece, and then the Pure one I just marked as another $15 one because I'm not really sure. And it is a high-end mascara. The rest of them do have price points to them. I am really actually kind of shocked that there's only 11 of them in here. $160 on mascaras. The next picture is brow products, and those brow products were $127.50. Many of them I would never purchase again. I really loved the Morphe one that came to me from JC. The It Cosmetics one, that's a waste of your damn money. Don't buy it. It's a waste of money. I've never had one that didn't break in the contraption. The Wet n Wild one I didn't mind, but it leaned very warm. The ABH one was a sample. The Brow Endowed by Urban Decay, I loved. I thought that that was an amazing product. And then the last 2 products on there are the 24-hour brow setter and the Gimme Brow by Benefit. I use those all the time. So 11 eyeliners, $140 on eyeliner. I think I would repurchase all of these if I'm honest with you. The doll face one was good. The It Cosmetics superhero liner, one of my favorite. Tattoo liner, one of my favorite. I wouldn't repurchase that L'Oreal Lash Princess or Lash Paradise or whatever it is. The voluminous Lash Paradise one, that is a colorful eyeliner, like a rose gold color, but it wasn't great. Urban Decay Perversion I love. Double Trouble I love. The Laura Geller one I didn't love, so I wouldn't repurchase that. The Revlon one of my faves for many, many years was the Revlon Color Stay eyeliners. And then I have an Urban Decay, a Wet n Wild, and I don't know what that other one is, but I don't think that there's any of them that I wouldn't purchase at all besides the Laura Geller and the Lash Paradise one. Then we have concealers. So I do have 5 concealers. The 5th one is one that I didn't know which place I was going to put it, but when I looked it up, it is a serum concealer for underneath your eyes. So and that one is damn expensive. It's an Algenist Reveal product. So 5 concealers, $125. I am not a concealer person, so know that these 5 concealers, I think I have had that Algenist one for like 4 years. Just saying. The Too Faced one I've easily had for 4 years. The It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, easily 4 years. The ColourPop one was fairly new to my collection. I think I purchased it within the last 1.5 years or so. It did dry up rather quickly, so I had to move fast with it. This picture I have is bronzers. I have 3 bronzers on here. One of them is a mini by Becca, and the other 2 are Holy Grail items, honestly. That Hoola Quickie Contour Stick, one of my favorite items on the planet. The other one is an Ofra blush, or bronzer. So 4 bronzers, I have a $65 total spend. And then I have 2 powders on here. One of them is an Hourglass travel size, and the other one is a Bare Minerals travel size. Quite an amazing amount of money coming out of these 2 little tiny travel size powders. I have these 2 powders as equating to $46. Because the travel size for Hourglass is a $26 item. Buy the full size at that point. The next one is a blush. It's the only blush that I went through, and it is also a Hourglass product that is in the travel size. That is a $26 item, and it is the Ambient Lighting Blush in Mood Exposure. And then I have 9 lip products. These are not decluttered items. These are actually used items. All the lipsticks, lip products that I decluttered went into my declutter bin, not into my empties, because they're not technically empties. So these 9 lip products equated to $98, and that does have 4 like travel size soft matte lip creams from NYX that I bought in a set. That Fenty one is a pretty expensive item. The Buxom one is a pretty expensive item. The Sol de Janeiro, pretty expensive item. The lip products equated to $98. Last picture, guys, I had 2 foundations. These 2 foundations, one of them was the Lancome Teint Idole. This is an ultra long wear foundation. It's a really great foundation. It's a foundation that I used a couple times, hated, put away, pulled back out, started using it again in a Shop My Stash and loved it. Don't not keep trying those products that you feel like you hate, because sometimes you flip around on that. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus, like, this is a product that I will never purchase again. And it wasn't because of the foundation. I really liked how the foundation looked on my skin. And I think I said that over and over and over again. I hated the smell of this product. I am just one of those people that I can't get past those smells. So you guys, that is it. That is all the pictures I have for you. So let's walk through this, okay? In 2019, I had 165 items in my year of empties. Not a lot of skincare, if I remember correctly. $2,780 was what it equated to. In 2020, I had 215 items in my year of empties, and it equated to $2,908. So just a little bit, just over that like $200 mark, right? Not a whole lot more money, but 50 more items. Last year, I had 221 empties. The dollar amount was $3,124. So I went through $3,124. If I go through the amount of money that I spent on makeup and skincare last year, I think this is way more than I spent on makeup and skincare last year. Yes, I spent a grip ton of money. I'm not here like trying to bluff you or anything. I did spend a grip ton of money last year, but I think this is more than what I spent in makeup and skincare last year. So $3,124, 221 items. We had 6 more items than we did in 2021, and the dollar amount is $216 more. I think that really stems from skincare. You guys, skincare was over $1,000 of that total cost. So I'm happy with that, because at least I know I'm using my stuff. Like, my money is not going to waste. Do you guys do empties? I would be interested to hear what your empties look like. And do you do a year of empties? And does this video even at all interest you? I love doing these empties videos for all the reasons that I said at the beginning of the video, so I'm not going to rehash it here. This probably won't be a video that I ever stop doing on my channel, because I like to get that vindication that I am using as much as I am spending, or somewhere around it. It's just interesting to me to see where all the dollars come from. I'm a numbers girl. I'm very much a spreadsheets girl. So it's just very interesting to me. I would be interested to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I do hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that if you do, you're considering giving it a big thumbs up. I would love to welcome you into my YouTube fam here, so I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you go. I just want to thank you guys again so much for being here today. Again, I apologize for being MIA. COVID is no joke, man. So I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you and yours are safe and healthy, and that you all are loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.